Welcome in, everyone. This is Mike Simpson. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Mike Simpson Paranormal. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, hit the like button, and I'm looking forward to the investigation at the Wooley Cemetery, also known as the Little Pennsylvania Cemetery, in a little town of Darbydale, Ohio. I hope you watched the walkthrough. So here's the setup. The ovilus in my hand. When the energy of the bars get higher, where those three dots are, you will see a word or words. It's one way to communicate. We have 3 twist mag flashlights. I've been talking to Abraham Spangler, who was a private in the military. Hopefully when I turn the voice box on, he can tell me if it was Army or Air Force. But he's been controlling that light. We have John and Miranda Spangler, who have been controlling this light. And don't let me forget Mr. Walker, who has been controlling that light. Stood on the ovilus, our first word. Yes, I was standing, or I stood here while I talked to everybody. Eventually, I will turn on the Phasma box and explain that. I have some other tools. I have a digital recorder for EVPs, electronic voice phenomena. And last but certainly not least, the K2 meter or EMF detector. All right, so I spent time talking to everyone when I walked in. Spent some time with the Spangler family, which I know well from my visit here a year ago. This is my return visit to the Wooley Cemetery. And Abraham Spangler was one of the best communicators with her on that communication with on the investigation file. Not sure what we're going to put in the files. As you can see on the panoramic view, I am surrounded by a wooded area, and that's why I'm wearing a coat even though it's 73 degrees. It's about the mosquitoes and bugs, which are not bad for this time of the year. So we're going to start out talking to the Spangler family, but anyone else that would like to communicate with us, whether it's Willie Butcher, his wife, daughter, anyone from up top, the star people, higher beings they like to be called, Native American Indians, any other veterans. This is an open forum. Anyone that wants to communicate can communicate. So, Abraham Spangler, would you like to talk for a little bit, sir? Anything on your mind? You can put it on this box in my hand. We could start with a yes or no question. Yes, if you turn the light on. Were you a private in the Army, Abraham? If you turn the light on, that means yes. We don't know how much energy it takes for, as they like to be called people. They do not like to be called spirits or ghosts, so I call them people. I don't know how much energy it takes for them to manipulate equipment, whether it's a flashlight, a K2 meter, a cat toy ball, which I'll bring out later when it gets darker. Abraham, were you in the Marines? A private in the Marines? Wow, thank you, sir. There you have it, a quick response. I've already saluted. Abraham was in the Marines. And I'm going to tell you, Abraham, to be a Marine takes a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work. I was in the Navy, but everybody told me the Marines had the toughest boot camp. Wow. So I know you went through a very rigorous boot camp as a Marine, and I salute you once again for your service and sacrifice. Is John and Miranda, I'm trying to figure out, I'm looking at the dates. Abraham, is John and Miranda Spangler your children? Once again, if you turn the light on, if Miranda and John are your children, I'd appreciate it. If not, you can keep the light off. Well, the temperature is 73, and it is mostly cloudy skies. No threat for rain till much later tonight. Are you related to John and Miranda? If so, Abraham, please turn your light on. If you are related to John and Miranda Spangler. Once again, I know it could be energy, the energy to manipulate the light. So I need to ask the right question to get the right response. I know that's a fact. I'm looking at the dates, and Miranda and John were born after Abraham. That's a fact. 1835, Abraham was born. Miranda, 1856. John, 1852. I'm just trying to figure out how you are related, if you are related, Abraham. Let's ask it a different way. If you are, okay, thank you. Abraham understands. We're just trying to get the result or the answer. So let me confirm, Abraham, that John and Miranda, if John and Miranda are your children, Abraham, please turn the light on just to confirm that, if it's true. There is no priest here. Is John and Miranda Spangler, are you at least related to them? Abraham, if you're related to John and Miranda, could you turn the light on, please? And then we'll move on. I've seen nothing on the K2 meter. All right. John and Miranda Spangler, would you like for me to come over there and speak to you for a moment? I'm really sad and sorry about the infant that passed away at such a young age. John and Miranda, was this your infant that passed away so young and suddenly? If you wanted to acknowledge that. If not, I understand. Mr. Walker, if you'd like to speak at any time, just give me a sign with your light, and I will come over there and talk to you. Are there anomalies around me right now? So there's a box on the ground. Once again, if you get close to this box, it changes colors. It's another way that I know you're here. Abraham, did you have any children? If you had any children, could you turn the light on, please? Wow, thank you. All right. So you had children. I just don't know their names. Lost? If somebody's lost and needs help, let me know, please. Well, let me ask you this question another way just to try to figure this out, please, Abraham. If John and Miranda are not your children, could you turn the light on to verify that, please? John and Miranda are not your children. A light on would mean yes. Please. I know manners are very important in investigating. We have the sector. All right. If you would rather not answer that question, give me a sign with the light, Abraham, and we'll move on to something else. if you'd rather me not ask that question in any form about John and Miranda, we'll move on, sir. Could you turn the light on, please, just to confirm that? It's a mystery we may never know until we turn the voice box on. So let's try something different here. John and Miranda, Mr. Walker, Abraham. I'm going to put another tool on. And this tool, I'm going to have two of them, and they're recorders, and I'm going to show everybody. This is an Olympus digital recorder to do an EVP, which is electronic voice phenomena. When I turn this on, we're hoping, maybe not in real time, but when I play it back, we're going to hear something on this recorder we didn't hear at the time I was recording it. So that's one. And then I'm going to turn on my other. We're going to do a simultaneously double recorders to see if we can catch something on. On this recorder, it's called Haytel, and when I hit the hold speak, it will record. And once again, we're hoping we catch something on the playback of the recording. So Abraham, John, Miranda, Mr. Walker, and anyone else that is here listening and looking at me, watching me, if you would like to speak, I'm going to turn two boxes on. So let me get the first one set up. And I'm going to set it on the ground. I'm going to try to hit them both simultaneously, which will be interesting since I only have two hands. So, might not quite work like that. But we'll try it. All right, so Abraham, are you ready? I'm going to put the boxes on, and I hope I can hear your voice. If you're still with me, Abraham, can you give me a sign, please? John, Miranda, Mr. Walker, and everyone else here, I will give you a chance. All right. Not sure. Maybe Abraham's traveling through the portal from one place to another, which is a whole nother topic to talk about. All right, so let's try this. I am going to set both boxes down and hit the buttons. Well, one of them I'll have to record, so here we go. This is Mike. Anyone that's here with me, please speak now. Ending EVPs. Anyone that's here with me, please speak now. Playing it back. Okay, I can't hear anything on that. So we're going to stop. I'm going to play back the other one out of curiosity. Give me a second. We'll play that one back. This is Mike. Anyone that's here with me, please speak now. Ending EVPs. This is Mike. All right, so I didn't hear anything. The one footstep was me walking back, and there was a footstep of me at the end. There was some voices way back in the wooded area of people. So if you did try to say something, anyone, thanks for trying, but I did not hear anything. on either of the recording boxes. So we're going to try another tool. And this tool works like a radar. I've used it on other investigations with success. It's going to make a noise when I turn it on. Once again, anyone that would like to... All right, so it's on. And it looks like a radar you would see on an airplane. So I'm the U. If anything gets within 6 feet of me, it'll pop up on this screen, and I will keep an eye on it. So if anybody that is here watching and listening to me, if you get close to me, I'll see you appear on this box as a screen, a little dot, I should call. Comes in different colors. The colors really aren't of any importance. It's just to see if anyone comes close to me. I'll keep an eye on this. So I have not seen anything on the K2 meter. Abraham Spangler has been very nice to speak to us. We have not had any acknowledgement, though I did have some acknowledgement before the show with John and Miranda Spangler, and also of Mr. Walker. So let's go over here for a second. Mr. Walker, hello again, it's Mike. I'm just wondering if you're here with us, sir. If you'd like to speak to us by acknowledging turning the light off or getting close to me on the box. Once again, if you see or hear anything, please in the comments. You are my eyes and ears during this investigation. I'm wondering if I will hear the Wooley burger creature with some noises that are something that's not normally heard. So we've had nothing on the radar yet. I've been keeping an eye on it. We're getting ready to turn the voice box on shortly, where we can ramp up the energy. Not that we need to do that. There's a lot of energy at the Wooley Burger Cemetery. And here we go. So not one, not two, but three. 3 people that are near me right now. This is how it works. Yes, thanks. I don't know if this is Abraham, John, and Miranda Spangler that we're seeing on the box, but you are close to me. Once again, I'm not afraid if you'd like to touch my shoulder or back. I hope you're not afraid of me. I'm not sure if this is the Spangler family, whoever it is. You're more than welcome to softly tap my shoulder or back. Now, very rarely have I ever seen 3 at one time. So this is pretty amazing. Once again, I wish I knew who the 3 are. Abraham, are you one of them that's close to me? I don't think he'll be close enough to acknowledge with the light if he's over here. Another thing I always wondered is how close do they have to be by the flashlights, as we call them, for them to turn them on or off or blink them or flash them. So we lost one of them, but you still see 2. One that's like directly in front of me, and the other one disappeared by John and Miranda's tombstone. Yes, it's okay if you touch me. Even though I have a coat on, I can usually feel when they get close and if they put their hand upon my shoulder. Now they're going back. Could it possibly be Abraham? Interesting. The other two disappeared near the tombstone of John and Miranda Spangler. Just to my right, once again, I don't know. Wow, look at that. Two others just appeared out of nowhere. Now, sometimes I wonder if these are possibly a guardian angel or one of my protectors in the mix. I'm not sure. But this is really neat, how you'd seen two others pop out of nowhere for a total of 3. So we're going to go with this until we lose them, and then I'm going to turn on the voice box. The voice box is called the Phasma box, and it's different. The SB711 run on a radio frequency, AM or FM, and you can put it in reverse or forward. And in between the static or white noise, you ask questions, and you hope you hear their responses. Well, there is no Wi-Fi or internet. There is no radio frequency with the Phasma box. It is a software. It's not an app. And once I turn it on and the speaker, I believe they just use the energy of me, the location, and the voice box to respond. It's like a microphone. Picture an empty room and all the people wanting to get on the microphone so they can say their name, or maybe they just want to relay a message. So there you have it. Still 2 around me. All right, so we know they're around me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the Ovilus back on, and then I'm going to turn the Phasma box on. So first thing we will do is turn on the Ovilus. So to anyone that is still here with me, I am going to turn the voice box on, and then we are going to try to figure out who's really here when you hopefully will be able to tell us your name. All right, so the Ovilus is back on. Now, it's going to take me a moment, and if anyone wants to come out and investigate and help with me, it would be greatly appreciated. It's very difficult to try to be the camera operator and then turn certain equipment on, like the voice box. I hear, I believe, a woodpecker in the background. I don't think that's the Wooley Burger creature. If it is, I could be in trouble. So I apologize on the camera angle as I put on the Phasma box.
Battery high.
I don't know if somebody's near my ear trying to whisper something to me, but the energy level is definitely, it's not filled in, it's definitely filling in. All right, so as we...
Mobile device not found. Ready to pair. Connected to MSD11W7100.
All right. as we get ready for the voice box to come on. Brady, I work with a gentleman named Brady. We're about 30 minutes away from sunset, which is, I believe, 9 o'clock. This is Mike Simpson on Mike Simpson Paranormal, my YouTube channel. I've been speaking to the Spangler family, to the Walker family, and anyone else that's here, as I see a truck at the entrance. That's why I'm going back. I think they possibly could be part of the cemetery, so we'll keep an eye on that. All right, so let's turn the Phasma box on. It's not dark time, so officially I can still be here. Hello. This is Mike. Who's here with me? If you hear something, please put it in the comments. I'm reaching out to Wooley Butcher. Or his wife, or his daughter. Any of the Butcher family here? Are you in? I thought I heard a male voice say in the house. Willie, are you in the house right now? To Willie Butcher's daughter, I don't know your name, young lady. Is it true you run around here in the cemetery?
Right now.
Wow, that was pretty plain as day. Not here right now. Okay, so Willie Butcher's daughter is not here right now. Thank you.
Interesting.
A lot of interesting stories in this cemetery. Does anyone remember my name? So we have three Twist Mag flashlights. I'm going to break out the cat toy balls here shortly. Got the Ovilus on and the voice box. So there's a white truck at the entrance of the cemetery. I have no idea if they are part of the cemetery or there's someone that wants to come in and visit. Did I hear Emily's here? Willie, is that your daughter, Emily Butcher? Abraham, John, or Miranda, the Spangler family, if you'd like to say your name, please do. Mr. Walker, and anyone else. Anyone that's here, please tell us your name. Yes, I'm investigating. Was there ever a house? Can anyone tell me if there was a house in front of the cemetery? I was hoping Willie or his wife could tell me if there really was a house that you lived in front of the cemetery back in the 1800s. Please no spells on me. I am here with white light, peace, and happiness, and music. I will play some music before I leave, most definitely. I just wish we would get some activity from the truck out there. For those that are wondering what I'm talking about, you can see way in the distance a white truck there by my car. Does anyone know about a creature they call the Wooley creature? Looks like a Bigfoot. Has anyone heard anything about that? Anyone passing through the portal, getting to the mic? The road isn't too far in the distance, but there's not a lot of traffic. Assert? Being a little bit more quiet, I want to hear the voices on the voice box. Are there any Native American Indians here? I'm Cherokee. The one voice sounded like a possible Indian talking about the wind. There is no wind right now, anyone. I've got to tell you, there's no wind. You can see the flags by Abraham Lincoln, I should say Abraham Spangler. I was at Fort Hays, my last investigation, talking about Abraham Lincoln, so I apologize to Abraham Spangler. Valuable. Yes, there's a lot of value in this cemetery. Beautiful tombstones that are very old. Does anyone have a question for me? Anything you'd like to know about me?
Started.
Yes. We got started about 35 minutes ago. If anyone has a message, a story of a young lady sadly murdered somewhere on the grounds near this cemetery and her body was thrown into the lake. Somebody said they didn't see anything else. I'm sorry to that young lady if she is still her presence around here of the horrible act that happened to her. What should I ask? Can anyone tell me if any of the Butcher family is here? Thank you for listening. I'm hoping this is possibly the daughter of Wooley. Maybe her name's Emily Butcher. I have a box. If you are close to me, the daughter of Wooley Butcher, that box changes colors like a rainbow if you get close to it. Or if you would like to speak to us on the voice box, Wooley Butcher's daughter and anyone else, now is your time. So my guess is that this white truck in front of the gate is part of the cemetery grounds team or crew. And as soon as it gets dark, I'm hoping that they're at least nice enough to come up and tell me it's time to leave and not do anything irrational, so to speak. But I wanted to investigate a little bit in the dark time. Now, in their defense, there has been a lot of destruction and vandalism throughout the years at this historic cemetery, which is really sad. So somebody is into football. Who likes football here? And if you like football, who's your favorite team? One story I didn't tell you, if you go on YouTube and you type in Wooley Burger movie, there was a short film made here in 2018. It's about 10 minutes long, I believe. And it was filmed not necessarily here where I'm standing, but somewhere in the grounds of the Wooley Burger Cemetery. You'll have to check that out on YouTube. Punch in Wooley Burger movie. It will come up on YouTube. We've got about 20 minutes left, and I know it's going to be dark. Now there's two vehicles in front of the cemetery. So I don't know what's going on. We'll wait and see as we investigate here until it gets dark. If you see any blurriness coming in and out, that's spirit energy. Nothing to do with my camera phone. Once again, Mike Simpson, Paranormal on the YouTube channel. If you get a chance, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm hoping to do many more investigations here in 2022. As a light breeze strikes up out of nowhere, mosquitoes are starting to creep in more. To the higher people or higher beings or star people, are you with us? Would you like to speak? But please don't scream. We want to understand you. Whoever's speaking. If you could speak slower and more clear, please. So after some great interaction with Abraham Spangler on the Twist Mag flashlight, it's been very quiet. John and Miranda, it's been quiet the whole show, and also Mr. Walker down there. Sometimes they come in and out. I believe they travel through portals, or they travel through what we call the veil. Is that true, my friends, that you travel through portals from one destination to another? Our last response was football. I was hoping we could get some questions answered. If anyone knew if there was any Ku Klux Klan meetings here, any type of cult gatherings, whether it's satanic or something else that used to take place on the grounds here. Does anyone know about any of those things? Thought I heard a no and a yes. Am I safe here? Conceive? Was somebody conceived on these grounds? Energy levels going back up on the ovulus. Maybe while I still have a chance, I can set up a cat toy ball. Go on with it. Go on with it? Okay. So the way the cat toy ball works, this is what it looks like. If they try to touch, grab, hold, push, it lights up like this. I will set it down. It will reset and stop. And then if nobody touches, grabs, pulls it, or holds it, it will do absolutely nothing the rest of the time until I grab it. I've seen some fireflies. Maybe we can get a firefly in the picture. A yellow one. In Ohio, the yellow ones are pretty prominent of the firefly species. Thought I seen one over here. I'm going to give 5 more minutes on the voice box. If anyone has anything to say, whether it's your name or a message, please, now is your time. It is a very hard thing for me to do to balance everything, for sure. Who's right here? Wooley Berger's daughter? Is it Emily? Are you here now? I have a couple of toys for you. I have them on the ground. One, if you pick up, will light up like a rainbow. The other one changes colors also. One looks like a ball, the other like a box. Once again, there's two cars there that are in front of the gate parked by my car, and I have no idea who they are. No, I'm not wearing a suit. I'm wearing a black coat to ward off the mosquitoes here. I am going to play some music. I'm going to turn the voice box off shortly and play some music. Would you like to hear some classical music? Beethoven, Bach, Brahms, Mozart? Any particular music you want to hear? Yes, please show me. Show me whatever is on your mind, young lady. Is there something I need to know or see before I leave? Last call for messages, and then I'm going to play some music before I leave. I want to thank everyone for communicating with me and definitely hearing your voice on the voice box. All right, so I'm going to turn off the voice box. I'm going to play some music.
Connected to NSP11W710.
Turning off the speaker. All right. I had a request on the Ovulus for some music. So if you like this music, if I could get a sign with the cat toy ball, the K2 meter, or a flashlight, I would appreciate it if you like the music. Going to get ready for the first sample. Here we go. After a commercial, probably.
20 years of heartbreaks and heartaches, sleepless nights, and the greatest victories.
All right, so there's some people walking up. I'm sure it's probably the grounds crew. We'll find out in a moment.
The better team doesn't always win.
If you like this music, please give me a sign, whoever's still watching and listening. Here's something more upbeat. Tchaikovsky? Wow, thank you. Abraham Spangler, you like your classical music, sir, don't you? This is I believe, the 1812 Overture. So there's some people getting ready to walk up in the grounds. We'll see if, unfortunately, that's going to be my cue to wrap it up. I want to thank Abraham Spangler, John Miranda, Walker, Mr. Walker, and everyone else that has been communicating with me. Let's see if maybe anyone likes this song. Here's another one. All right, so it just looks like a couple of people walking the ground, so I think I'm safe. Abraham, you like this song? All right, let's try one more. Wow, thank you, Abraham. You remember and like this one. Interesting how two songs that I played of the four, Abraham gave the flashlight on two of them. I'll let this one play for you, Abraham. I've learned throughout the years to appreciate classical music more. Let's see if I can find one more. Not sure if you like this song. I hope that Abraham Spangler and anyone else, you enjoyed the classical music that I offered, especially for you. I want to thank everyone for communicating with me. I wish I could stay longer, but it's almost dark time and time for me to leave. If you would like me to come back maybe in the fall, if I could get some type of acknowledge, I will come back and visit again, I promise, when the weather's cooler and there's no mosquitoes. So, Abraham Spangler, if you'd like me to come back and visit again sometime and talk to you and everyone else, could you give me a last sign with the light, please? And I will come back, I promise. Here's the part where I hope they always acknowledge that they would like me to come back. But once again, the theory is that possibly, very interesting theory I'd like to explain and try to share with everyone before I wrap it up here at the Wooley Cemetery. I was told a long time ago, I was investigating part of an event company, and I was hosting at the Rhodes Hotel in Atlanta, Indiana. This was a hotel, it was a speakeasy, had prostitution, illegal alcohol going on in this establishment. The head mistress told me in interaction and communication that there are times where you will be speaking to them and then they disappear. And I said, well, where do you disappear? Well, they go from my current time or my current year, and they go back to their current time or year and go about their business as they were when they were alive. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it's like traveling through the portal. There'll be times where they're here talking with us, and there'll be times when they're not talking to us because they're back in their time period doing whatever they're doing. I don't know if Abraham's listening and can respond yes to that theory with the light or not. Once again, it's a theory. Seems like so many questions, but never enough answers in the paranormal. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up, and I am going to say once again, thank you to everyone for communicating with us this evening into the early nighttime. Special shout out to Abraham Spangler and his family, and to the Walker family for talking with us, communicating. I really didn't get any questions answered, but I'm coming back in October, and I want to get down to the bottom of it. Willie Butcher, his wife, his daughter, that story. Was there any type of cults here or KKK meetings? Is there a creature, Bigfoot-like, called the Wooley creature? And sadly, did a young lady lose her life here and her body was thrown in the river nearby? Until October, these questions will remain unanswered. It's in Darbydale, a little town outside of Hilliard, Ohio, not too far away from the west side of Columbus. Once again, it's Mike Simpson Paranormal on the YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. Hit a like. I really encourage comments, good, bad, or indifferent. I'll read them all. And if you would like to investigate with me, if you're from the area or not from the area, please put that in the comments. I'm looking for investigators, whether you're a psychic medium, you're a tech, or you just want to investigate and you don't have a team you're with. I am currently on my own, so I'm looking for investigators that have a passion and that want to do it. You don't have to have any equipment. I have equipment. Bring a flashlight and your phone. That's all you need. All right. That is it from the Wooleyburger / Little Pennsylvania Cemetery in the town of Darbydale, Ohio, for the Mike Simpson Paranormal YouTube channel. Remember, only you can make it happen. Peace out for now.